What's up guys, WOOO here, back again with another Division 2 build video. Welcome back guys. This build was going to drop last week and what happened? We had disappearing acts of all kinds on our characters, and guys, yeah, highly frustrating situation. Was I pissed off? Hell yes I was, and not to mention most of the community. Guys, they fixed this pretty quickly, which is a good thing, but do not let this happen again, developers. Come on. There is no content update in this game until next year, so pretty please, don't fuck up again. Moving on. Guys, yes, I've decided to do something a little bit hybrid, and I like using hybrid builds. You know me by now, and you should do. I enjoy skill builds. I think they are the best types of builds in the game. The weird, wacky, and wonderful. And that's why I enjoy using them. Does it mean there's a lack of skill? No, of course not. It takes skill to run a skill build. Trust me, it does. Not to say that I don't like DPS, not to say I don't like armor tank builds, but for me, I have lots more fun rolling with skill builds. However, with this build, I wanted to create an amalgamation of, yes, DPS, damage, and of course some skill damage as well. I wanted some skill damage to proc my weapon damage. I wanted something quite nice and tasty on this, so I decided to kind of amalgamate a few pieces together and see if I can come up with a nice stellar build, and this is a really nice skill build. Now there's so many ways you can tweak and twist this. You know this with every build that's going out there. If someone says this is the best and you can't go no more, you know how it goes guys, you know how it goes. But this is a fun build to use in the game. It's a hybrid, it does a lot of damage each way, and it is so much fun. We're talking max crit chance, we're talking 180% plus crit damage. You are skill tier 4. You can twist and tweak your weapons up as always, and you can get skill tier 6 quite easily. But above all, it is fun personified with this build, and there's so many different ways you can roll with this. Again, skill damage, which is nice, and of course some nice tasty weapon damage with my capacitor. Guys, I genuinely like this build. So of course guys, if you enjoy the build, enjoy the video, you know what to do. Thumbs doodle, yes it helps, it truly does. That means like button, press it, do it. And then if you're not subscribed to the channel, drop the WOOO bomb on the sub button, ding the bell to be notified when I upload my shit. Peeps. Yeah, let's move this. What's up guys? Yes, I'm back, and a few things before we go into this build. The first thing is, if you want to support me offline, you want to again check out my content, you want to see some exclusive content, check out my Ko-fi page. The link is in the description. Check it out. If you want to support me a little bit more, then feel free to check that out if you can, if you want to. It's all optional. And of course, guys, yes, I have a new Guilded server. A bit like Discord, but on steroids. Make sure you check it out, guys. The link is also in the description. We have a nice Division section where we organise raids for Xbox players. Yes, we need more PS and PC players to get your ass in the community. And I'll see you in there. Guys, now the build. Now guys, this is weird and wonderful. You can see a lot of reds here with a few little yellows. Now I'm rolling with Technician because I need that little boost of the skill power. I need to get that as high as I can. So this is a skill tier 4 build. You can switch this to the Mechanical Animal to make sure you can get to skill tier 6 easily, and Overcharge as well. Overcharge, it does work, it is nice. But I had more joy, more fun with the capacitor simply because, yes, that extra nice skill damage and weapon damage goes in very, very well. And I like the capacitor, guys. Yes, I'm a capacitor beast. I love it. It's my favourite weapon in the game. Scorpio quite close, but capacitor, it is. I'm sorry, folks. Yes, I'm a whore. Anyway, so let's go through this step by step. We are 3 reds and 3 yellows. Now, the minor attributes, I have 10 reds and I have 2 little yellows. Technician, because I want that additional skill tier and the skill damage. 726k armor, so squishy. Yes, you are. You're a tad squishy. Remember that if you're going to build this. And of course, 330.5k health. Let's go through the build. The first piece, guys, is Empress International. And you can see, guys, this is done a little bit different because once you roll with Empress, if you're going to have any reds on there, ordinarily you would re-roll that to a yellow for skill damage or status effects or skill haste, or even better, armor regen for more survivability on your build. With this, it is all reds. So you can see crit damage, crit chance, and more crit damage as a nice God Sausage Roll crit damage mod. Max, this is really, really good. Now, why I've kept these, I kept these in the stash for a rainy day, and today, yeah, it's pouring raining cats and dogs because this is a fun build. Super fun build to use. What Empress does is skill health, skill damage, skill efficiency. We know by now, we know what skill efficiency does. It grants a percentage back for skill damage, skill haste, status effects, skill repair, so on, so on. So that 10% skill efficiency is beautiful. And that's what I've opted for on this build, is a little bit of yellow and a little bit of red, but the reds are powerful. They truly are. Let's go through the holster. The holster, again, the song remains the same on this Empress piece. It's the second piece I have, and it has crit damage, which is max, and it's 5.3% crit chance as a nice, sexy piece. And the last piece of Empress International is the knee pads. Guys, you can take a look at the knee pads. It is, again, crit chance, crit damage, maximum. This is what I want on the build. So you can see, ordinarily, I'm going to hit hard, and I've got some nice skill damage to back that up as well. Now the gloves is Seska Viroba SRO. And again, is this piece essential? Perhaps not, because you're already at a great place, great position crit chance wise. So you could switch that around if you wanted to. You could get some more skill damage on there for Wyvern wear. Entirely up to you. But I just went, fuck it, let's go crit chance. Let's get it as high as I can, so I'm critting all the time. So weapon damage, crit chance, and crit damage. Again, another God Sausage Roll piece. Then we take a look at the backpack, and again, this is a little bit different, guys. In all fairness, I've opted for this, which is Grupo Sombro SA, and it is 15% crit damage. Beautiful. You've got to get crit damage as a piece on there, so you need at least one piece Grupo for the extra bit of damage with the capacitor. This is max weapon damage, max status effects, max skill damage, and of course max crit damage. Again, a little bit of a weird and wonderful piece. Again, you could just go all crit chance, crit damage, but you are over indexed on crit chance then, so you're overshooting, so you don't need to. But again, I want a bit of status effects for the NPCs to tick a little bit from my Hive Stinger. I want that little bit of tick damage. And then we have skill damage, and that's key because I want to elevate the skill damage as high as I can on the build. And of course, the talent Wicked. Applying a status effect increases total weapon damage by 18% for 20 seconds. Again, that's great. There's so many different options you can utilize with this backpack. Now, you could say Memento. You could say, again, which is good, guys, don't get me wrong. It's good. Don't get me wrong. You could go for the Memento backpack. You could go for Vigilance for that 25% damage on the backpack. Boom. That's an option. There are different options. Again, you've got Companion, you've got different ways to go. I've opted for this because I want to utilize my skills, and it encourages me to use my skills more in conjunction together. So nice weapon damage, nice skill damage, and it keeps my cogs turning. So I like this setup, I do. You don't have to do this. For me, it works a dream. Nice to have that extra weapon damage, and of course with this, that is pretty much up most of the time because again, it will refresh even after 10 seconds. You can pop it again quite easily by popping your skills. Happy days, and you've still got a nice damage throughout. And the chest piece is Fenris Group AB, of course, for that assault rifle damage of 10%. Not essential, may I add, not essential, but again, a good addition. With this, it's weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, and again, 11.9% crit damage mod, but the talent Kinetic Momentum. When in combat, each skill generates a stack while active or not on cooldown. Stacks increase your total skill damage by 1% and skill repair by 2%, up to 15 stacks per skill lost when on cooldown. And with this, again, I get the damage from the reds, and of course, the Kinetic Momentum, once them two skills are rolling, which is the Fire Starter and of course the Hive Stinger, it's going to stack some more damage for me. So again, another good choice. There are different options for the chest piece. Of course there are. There's plenty of different options, like Spotter, that's a good option. Again, there's so many different ways you can go with this. I wanted to pair this off and see how effective it is, and it works well for me. But this is a nice piece to go for. Weapons, guys. My weapon of choice is the Capacitor. Again, plenty of reasons why. I love this weapon. It's my favourite weapon in the game. Yeah, I've said that, I know. I'm a Capacitor whore, yes, with a cherry on top. What I like about the Capacitor is the extra skill damage and, of course, the extra weapon damage and the nice big fat 30% crit damage mod. It's decent, isn't it? So just let's go through this. Capacitance. Shooting enemies builds stacks to a cap of 40. Each stack grants 1.5% skill damage. That's 60% overall. Once you're stacking it with this, you're an aggressive build, guys. This is not sit back in cover and let your drone and turret do the work while you're there eating a banana. It doesn't work like that. With this, you're an aggressive player. So you are at the front consistently, shooting consistently, stacking your kills. And this is why I prefer the Capacitor, because I'm constantly at 40. That's just how it is. For each skill tier gain, 7.5% weapon damage. With this, again, it's not perfect, but it's good. This is skill tier 4. So what I'm getting, an extra 30% weapon damage. Tasty. Again, with the test subject, you could get a little bit more, understandably. But I've opted for this. I prefer this. That's just, again, my honest opinion. Crit chance, rounds, and of course that 30% crit damage, tasty, and that weapon handling of 10%. My secondary is, of course, the Harmony. If you need to switch, and again, you know why I'm using this now. Again, perfectly in sync, which is 20% skill damage and 20% weapon damage. The double, where both skills are active, so that's 40% of both. Again, nice to have. Mod-wise, crit chance, rounds, crit chance, and of course, critical hit damage. Now, the skills. The skills, guys, again, open to interpretation. I've opted for 2 skills that offer a status effect to proc the wicked talent on the backpack. So the first skill is the Firestarter Chem Launcher. Now, I'm in the range. I'll tell you what I've done, guys. I do this all the time. Let me just deactivate that bad boy. There we go. To get a better reflection of how this works. So we'll go back. We won't do that because that'll be still in 8 seconds as is. Let's go to that. That's a bit better. There you go. Refill speed is 4.2 seconds. Not the greatest. I know. But remember, this is DPS with some skills added on. 4.2 second refill speed. The damage is 735k. And then you have the bleed duration of 8.4 seconds. And the beauty of this is if you do not want to use the capacitor, use the mechanical animal because you will get to skill tier 6 and overcharge every 90 seconds. So you can overcharge all the time. That is an option, and that will give you some more damage with your skills. Mechanical animal, I don't feel as strong as a weapon as the capacitor, and I wanted to do some damage with my weapons for a change, guys, for a change. So that's what I've opted for, the capacitor, and it works better for me. But by all means, guys, by all means, test it with the mechanical animal and see how you fare with that AR. With this, guys, you can see damage, stinger charges, and health. And my other skill is, yes, back. No, still an 8-second cooldown. It's not. It's about 20 seconds. We have 6 ammo. It is 451 damage. Burn damage nearly 200k. And the mods, guys, you can see burn strength and ammo. It doesn't have to be this. You could use the drone. You could use the turret. That's entirely up to you. I just went for 2 skills that offer me a status effect to ensure that 18% weapon damage is on all times. That's just why I've opted for these 2. And they work really well, guys. They generally do. So we look at the stats on this. You can see, guys, you can see this does hit. It does hit hard. 59.3% crit chance. So that's max crit chance. 185.9% crit damage. Again, beautiful. You could get this a little bit sweeter, a little bit nicer as well. So there's ways and means to improve this, guys. There really is. But for me, this is in a good place, and a good place to be. Let's look at the weapon damage. 85% all weapon damage bonus, 40% AR damage, and then you have your skills, guys. You have your skills. There's no armor regen, unfortunately. Skill haste is 30%. Wish it could be better, but it is what it is. You could change. You could shave off some crit damage to use some skill haste to get your skills back quicker. Again, that's your own interpretation. So you're losing 36% crit damage. That will get you 150% crit damage. And then add on an extra 36% skill haste. So you're at 66%. It does okay. It does okay, but I prefer the extra weapon damage. I know, gritted teeth. I know. I prefer extra weapon damage on this build. Yes. Okay. It is what it is. But this is the build, guys. This is what I've been using, and it's good. I genuinely like it. You know, we just look at the standard damage there. You can see all them tasty crits. I mean, it's good. And again, this is what you want from a good hybrid, is that there's damage from your primary weapon. You've got your skills, which hit. And you can see some nice damage there as well. The stacks are there. There's still the ticking, which is good. 306k ticks, again, for a hybrid that focuses primarily on weapon damage and crit. It's a good place to be. So, guys, this is my hybrid. I like this, guys. Test it out for yourself. Build it. They will come, obviously, and you'll have a lot of fun with this build. But as always, guys, hope you enjoy the video, enjoy the content, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.